Sorry about the technical difficulties I had earlier. But once again, welcome to Busy MC TV. On tonight we have a news edition. On Busy MC TV, where we bring you the hottest interviews, we display the hottest music, and cover the news stories that's rocking the world. Tonight, family, we gonna touch on that Travis Scott situation at the concert, man. See what happened. First, niggas got killed out there, man. It was bullshit. I don't know what the fuck going on, man. There's a lot of conspiracy around this song. I'm gonna read something off the feed, you know what I'm saying? And Nestle and Hershey is in a new lawsuit dispute for child trafficking in labor laws. That's some news right there too. Oh yeah. Y'all out there getting that trick-or-treat candy, still buying that Nestle Quick and that Hershey's Kisses and all that bullshit. Y'all niggas is funding human trafficking, niggas. Facts. I don't eat candy. I hope the rest of y'all don't either. In the last story, the federal court appeals and freezes Biden's vaccine mandates for companies to hire people so they don't have to be fully vaccinated to go to work. So the court frees that for a little while. Big news if you want to be a slave still, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just playing, man. But that's real good news, man, that we got people fighting for our rights, man, because if we didn't have people fighting for our rights, man, the people just let things go on how they go, man, we all would be strapped down to a table with a motherfucker 6-inch needle up our ass. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna bring the news stories, man. I ain't been on in a minute, you know what I'm saying? I've been prepping for my show. Shout out to all the artists down with me and everybody that's involved. Shout out to DJ Big Man. Show dedicated to my people, man. All right, without further ado, we're going to get into the stories now. We're going to get into the news stories, okay? We're going to get into them. If I can get to this lead. All right. First, we're going to start off with the U.S. Federal Appeals Court freezes Biden's vaccine rule. Okay, we're going to start off with that one. Okay? Okay, it says, November 6th, a U.S. Federal Appeals Court issued a stay Saturday freezing the Biden administration's effort to require all workers at U.S. companies with at least 100 employees be vaccinated against the COVID-19 or be tested weekly, citing grave statutory and constitutional issues with the rule. I agree. There are grave issues with constitutional laws and rights within this mandate. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll keep going. The ruling from the United States Court of Appeals from the Fifth Circuit comes after numerous Republican-led states filed legal challenges against the new rule, which is set to take effect on January 4th. In a statement, Solicitor of Labor Seema Nanda said the Labor Department was confident in its legal authority to issue the rule, which will be enforced by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is OSHA. You guys are familiar with OSHA, right? So they're trying to tell you, they're trying to like get you to think that it's only Republicans fighting for our rights. Fighting for our rights is not a Republican thing. Fighting for our rights is a Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever the fuck you believe in. It's all of our rights. It's all of our rights to have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of expression. But this mandate bill, where they trying to make people take this shit in order to go to work, is really unconstitutional. And a lot of you people are capping for this shit. You are capping for your own demise. Well, let me keep going. The Occupational Safety and Health Act explicitly gives OSHA the authority to act quickly in an emergency where the agency finds that the workers are subjected to a grave danger and new standard is necessary to protect them, she said. We are fully prepared to defend this standard in court. So they're willing to go to court to strip your rights, people. Like I said, this is more than just a black thing and a fucking white thing, man. This is a human rights thing, man. It's literally a fight with Satan. We don't know what that shit got in that shit, man. And I'm so glad for the patriots and the people out there doing a good fight for this cause. I know all of you have children and grandchildren. Are you going to sit here and let this administration, let this government just run over you and tell you what the fuck to do with your body and your kids? I don't think so. The action on the private sector vaccinations was taken under OSHA's emergency authority over workplace safety, officials said. The rule applies to 84.2 million workers at 1.9 million private sector employees, according to OSHA. So this is going to affect police, people that pick your ass up. If your heart palpitate, you break your leg, or you somewhere you need an ambulance, that shit ain't going to come because these people not going to take that vaccine. They're going to quit. So they need to change something. Okay. The administration's various vaccine rules over 100 million employees, about 2/3 of the U.S. workforce, according to the White House. Saturday's court order came in response to a joint petition from several businesses, advocacy groups, and the states of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Utah. The rule is facing separate legal challenges before the other court. Thank God for those states, man, and representatives and things like that that's fighting for our right for health freedom. We are being under attack for our freedom with our health, man. You understand? You got to understand what this administration is really trying to do to the public, man. They're trying to accelerate that agenda where they're under population control. You know what I'm saying? It's not a conspiracy. I repeat, the depopulation program is not a conspiracy. It's actually fact. I think it's called Agenda 21. If you look up Agenda 21, you will find out what I'm talking about. It's not just the vaccinations. It's in the food. It's in the water. It's in the milk. It's giving it to you through sexually transmitted diseases. The depopulation plan is on, baby. But y'all still want to run around here act like this motherfucker shit's sweeter than motherfucking puss. But I'm going to let y'all hold that one. All right? I'm going to let y'all hold that one. Okay? My next story. Nestle, Hershey, and Mars named in new child trafficking and child labor lawsuit. Put down the candy, motherfucker. I know it's just Halloween. I know you're eating the Mars bar. You're probably eating the Milky Way or some shit, nigga. Put them M&Ms down, nigga. That pack of M&M cost about 3 motherfucking kids, bro. You ate 3 kids. And that's not to be laughing. This some serious shit, man. America, pay attention to what you consuming. America, pay attention to what you partake in. I'm specifically talking to Black America. I'm talking to all Americans, but I can only speak from my experience as a black man in his existence in this country. We need to start partaking in shit that's causing genocide on the world just because we live in this country. Even by me giving you this broadcast, a lot of kids got killed because the stuff that they make to put inside these cell phones and these computers, it comes from a fucking tree. that they heavily guards. It comes from a tree. The actual liquid that bees inside your phone, that comes from a fucking tree, bro. Everything that you use is being raped and pillaged from Africa and brought back over here, or raped and pillaged from Latin American countries and brought over here and make these wonderful products. But you don't know the history and the workings behind this shit. But we're going to go on. We're going to go on to the story. Okay. Nestle, Hershey, and Mars, as well as 4 other large cocoa companies, have been named in new lawsuit filed in Washington, D.C. by 8 victims who said that they were taken from their home in Mali to work in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. That's in Africa. The lawsuit claimed that the chocolate grants Nestle, Hershey, Mars, Cargill, Otam, Mondelez, and Barry Callebaut formed a venture to allow their companies to continue benefiting from cheap cocoa harvested by forced child labor. And that goes to the supply chain around the world. About 40% of the global cocoa supply company, get out now, cut it off. These kids, man, I gave them my space. I gave them my office, and they're in my office, and I tried to go in a little corner, and they backed me in a little corner. They still come out fucking with me, but as kids. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. About 40% of the global cocoa supply comes from the Ivory Coast. And the complaints lawyers argue that despite these companies committed to fighting child labor, they continue to profit from decades-long practice. Man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Motherfuckers acting like, oh, God, they using those little babies over there, whipping them and not feeding them, making them make all these products for Walmart and Hershey's and all that shit. You know, oh, my God. That's some way back shit. No, it's not no way back shit. They still doing that stuff to this day, man. They are still doing that stuff where they're taking these kids, they're taking these people, and they're putting them in situations that they can't get out of when they're forced to work for these companies, man, in these situations. Okay? Now we got another situation where I'm going to go into some more too. According to the court documents filed in September, the companies were below 16 years old. No. According to the court documents filed in September, the complainants were 16 and below when they were trafficked from Mali a few years ago. They detailed their harsh working conditions where they had to endure insect bites and cure wounds from accidents using the machete of work without getting paid for many months. So, you know, when they out there getting that chocolate, they out there chopping shit. You know, they got to use the machete. So, you know, once or twice or a couple of times, you know, they get nicked. Or, you know, they miss that branch and hit their motherfucking leg with that machete. You understand what I'm saying? And then get real bad infections from the cuts with no medical treatment. So that's a danger within itself. Then you got dangerous animals and shit. In those woods, you got little tiny spiders that they bite your motherfucking ass, your head will swell up and you'll die. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what they was going through. You understand? It still goes on today. The chocolate companies, however, denied any wrongdoing and said that the case had no legal merits, while Mars refused to comment since the case is pending in court. A spokesman for Nestle said that they have been working hard to prevent child labor and are in partnership with various governments and NGOs in tracking this issue. In 2001, many chocolate companies worldwide pledged to get rid of child labor in the cocoa industry by signing the Harkin-Engel Protocol or Cocoa Protocol. However, nearly 2 decades after the pact, the U.S. Department of Labor came up with a report that revealed 1.6 million cocoa farmers in West Africa are kids working in dangerous conditions. Let me tell you something, man. When the United States is dealing with somebody when the United States is dealing with somebody and they signing treaties, it goes all the way back to when they was dealing with the Indians, the so-called Native Americans, right? They sign all kind of acts and laws, and what they do after they sign the shit, they break the fucking pact. They broke every treaty they signed with every indigenous culture they ever came in contact with. So you think this is anything different? You think this shit is anything different? You tell me. Okay? The new lawsuit comes just as the chocolate companies claim victory over another case that stated Nestle and Cargill are not going to be responsible for the kids who have been working at the Ivory Coast. See, the United States company can say, nah, we ain't had nothing to do with that. They ain't had shit to do with us. That's them over there. But they still profiting off of it. Just like people who still benefit off slavery in this country. But they like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times removed from slavery, but they still benefit from it. They still benefit from the child labor. Let's not get that twisted. Because the story is looking like it's coming from Africa. It's coming from Africa, South Africa. But America got something to do with that shit, my nigga. Alright? The Supreme Court justices voted 8-1 against the allegations that Nestle and Cargill made major operational decisions about. Of course, they're gonna get out of that shit because they had no ties to Africa like that. Of course, they ain't gonna have no ties to them. That's smart business. That's actually smart fucking business. You can make billions and millions and not have anything to do with the motherfucker giving you the product. What a model. Wow. That's of course they're gonna tell you they didn't make no decisions on U.S. soil. That's a defense. That's the defense, okay? Alright? The complainants lost their case because they failed to establish the child labor happened in the American companies, even the practice was still done in the Ivory Coast. So they couldn't prove it, man. They couldn't prove it. But the evidence was there. Alright? The courts also dismissed the lawsuit, citing the Allen Tort statute at the situation does not apply to this case. Damn. So those people in Africa, man, trying to get a case for Nestle, man, and Nestle real slick, bro. They know they eating off working them little kids out there. Even the diamonds, the gold, everything that we use in America. When you get down to your one end, you get your bitch that motherfucker ring. Some kids die for that, bruh. If it's real, because 9 times out of 10, these niggas around here selling Cubans, conies, niggas, man. But other than that, everything you do, everything you consume, everything that makes your life easier, that shit came from Africa, damn near. Why you think the Chinese over there? Why you think the English ain't never left? The Russians are there. Africa is like a woman laying down with her legs open for all these motherfucking other countries to just come fuck her. And that's what I see it as. They whoring that country out. It's not even a country. It's a continent of different tribes and countries. Don't get it twisted. Africa, one big landmass, is not a country. It's a landmass with different tribes and countries within. There's no such thing as an Africa. Africa was named after a white man who so-called defeated Hannibal, if I'm wrong. They named it, they gifted and named it Africa for that Greek, Roman, whatever, a warrior or something. They named it Africa. Africanus, that's his name. I don't know his first name, but it's Africanus. And Africa name originates from that man's name, a Roman. Read something, y'all. All right. And that's my story about that, man. We all know what's going on with that, man. That's why I said this child trafficking, this pedophile shit, all this shit going on with these kids. They are after our children. The people that's in it directly are fucking making the candy. They're making the candy, man. They drawing your fucking cartoons, bro. My kids don't eat that shit, and I don't put that bullshit on TV for them. Yep, your children, family. So while you looking at your kid eating that Mars bar, saying, "Oh, look at little Jimmy, he's so cute eating that chocolate, he wasting it and all that, he putting it all over his face and shit, all over the walls and shit. He don't even get an ass whooping." But these little kids out there, his age, is picking that shit, getting bit by snakes and shit, man. Get smacked upside the head, they ain't pick enough. God bless those children, man. I wish the world was a better place where children didn't have to be subjected to that. In my last story, we're going to talk about the Travis Scott concert tragedy, man. I heard about that, man. Shout out to Little Bars, man. Little Bars gave me this story, man. It said 8 dead, hundreds injured. What caused it? All right. We're going to go into it. Give me 1 second. 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I had to get something right quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold me a second. Bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm trying to get this shit right. Put this yeah, that should fit it now. Yep, that fits it now. I'm looking good, y'all. All right, I'm looking good. All right. Sorry about that. But, yeah, we're going to talk about this last story. Travis Scott, man, the concert, man, 8 people dead, hundreds injured, and what caused it, man. My little homie gave me the story today, and it fucked me up when I said, damn, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It had me thinking, because I'm throwing something and I have to be cautious about things. So this is something that we all need to look at as a learning tool that we can learn from this and make better decisions, okay? Okay, where we gonna go? All right. In a shocking tragedy, at least 8 people died, at least one as young as 10 years old. What? And hundreds more were injured during Travis Scott's show ending set at the 3rd annual Astro World Festival at NRG Park in Houston, Texas, Friday night. A 10-year-old got killed. Damn. ABC 13 in Houston reports the sold-out show, which had attracted Scott's pregnant partner, Kylie Jenner, and their 3-year-old daughter, Stormy, Kylie's sister, Kendall Jenner, is Kardashians, and some 50,000 fans, turned deadly around 9:15 p.m. Around the same time, festival founder Travis welcomed surprise guest Drake to the stage. So when Drake came to the stage, all that shit happened. TMZ reports an unnamed source within Astroworld is claiming that a person within the crowd went crazy and began injecting people with some sort of drug by this remains unconfirmed. What? What? So you mean the nigga was walking around there at the Astro World jump off, shooting niggas with shit, man? That's why I like to be the man at the concert. I don't like to be the motherfucking sheep. You know, it's cool to be the sheep sometimes when you invited. But if I go to a concert, I do shit like that, nigga, I better be backstage, nigga. I'm not playing that crowd shit, nigga. I don't even want niggas touching me in that motherfucking crowd, bro. Facts. Ask any nigga. I always been like that. I'll be leery of that crowd. I'll be looking at niggas like, you know, you cool, but other than that, you know, niggas is weird, man. Niggas is weird, man. Alright? Check this out. Regardless of the cause, Houston Fire Chief Samuel Pena said at the press conference, the crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage, and that caused some of the panic, and it started causing some injuries. People began to fall out, become unconscious, and it created additional panic. So niggas was just dropping out there. Bah, 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 bah. To that nigga who was doing that, man. Man, you demon. You goddamn devil, man. What the fuck, nigga? Check, all right, let's keep on. A dad who was at the event with his son told the outlet people started pulling people over the railing to escape being suffocated, being smashed, and then were probably a couple, 24 people that were pulled over. And then about 4 of them were being administered CPR. Due to the scale of the event, the late hour, the flashing lights from a large pyrotechnics display, and the crowd's panic, it reportedly became difficult for the authorities to get the people to treat them. Man, I bet it was pandemonium out there. Drake, the Kardashians, all the niggas out there, all them people, bro. I know that shit's crazy, bro. Houston Police Chief, Executive Chief Larry Satterwhite, okay, who was at the event as part of a force of 367 police officers and 241 private security officers, said at the press conference, once we started having a mass casualty incident, they were starting CPR on several people, and it happened all at once. It seemed like it happened all over the course of just a few minutes. Suddenly, we had several people down on the ground experiencing some type of cardiac arrest and some type of medical episode. Along with 8 people who lost their lives last night, another 23 patients were taken to the hospitals, including 11 who required CPR without being transported. Hundreds were treated at the venue. Footage from the event reveals a sea of ambulances outside, but it's unclear how many of the attendees were aware of exactly what was unfolding. Kylie continued posting videos from the event, including footage of the ambulance making their way through the masses, and news reports immediately after the event did not suggest loss of life. Wow. DailyMail.com reports Scott halted his 75-minute set multiple times to ask authorities to render aid to the concert goers. So he was like, yo, y'all niggas get these niggas, man. Yeah. He ain't had no power over that shit, bro. Especially a nigga in the crowd shooting niggas up with needles. You ain't got no power over that shit, bro. In the doomed event aftermath, a reunification center has been set up 8686 Kirby Drive at the Wyndham Houston Hotel to help families whose loved ones remain missing. Police are investigating and say they do not know if any criminal charges will be filed. Wow. So somebody was in the crowd. Man, probably shot niggas up with some crazy juice, man. Try to hit niggas up with LSD or some shit, man. Because I was hearing about this shit on Facebook. What this lady said, it was this scary movie one time. They filmed it overseas, and the man spiked everybody's soda with LSD, and while they was watching the Demon movie, everybody went crazy in that motherfucker and started killing each other and shit and stabbing each other and shit in the movie theater. This is a true story. There's motherfuckers out there that's evil like that, man. It's motherfuckers out there who's into witchcraft and demonology, and they know things to utilize to cause chaos. The devil likes chaos. You understand? This made him happy. When you're dealing with masses, when you're dealing with the masses who has no mind on God, and you get them all together, this is what you're going to get. A godless situation. Nobody mind on God. It's crazy like that, man. And my prayers go out to the families and the loved ones and anybody that's missing. You know, let's hope they find these people. Let's hope they get up with their loved ones. And Travis Scott, man, we gonna pray for you, man. We're gonna pray for your family. And I'm glad your wife and everybody okay, your kids okay, man. You know, sometimes that road can be a rough thing, man, for artists, man. That road can be a rough thing, man. And we have to understand that when we go into this type of occupation, there's gonna be things. We can't control crowds. We can't control things where you got a stupid motherfucker coming in and start some shit and then everything is just out of whack and shit like that, man. So, like I said, man, these are my stories, man, and I'm glad y'all paid attention. I hope y'all like the stories, man, and that's what we doing, man. Right now, I'm just going ahead and give my final thought, man. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Busy MC TV. Y'all bear with me because I'm doing a lot of things, man. I got 1 foot out of recording, 1 foot doing this. Then I'm on the phone all the motherfucking time. Then I'm trying to see where I stand with people with the show and everything. So I got a lot going on. I'm glad that federal court froze that thing so these workers can go back to work. So Joe Biden can stop playing with these American citizens, man, that want to get busy and take care of their family. What a weird time we live in, man. You can't even make your motherfucking money, man, right now, man. Nigga trying to stop you from making your goddamn money. You stand for something to fall for anything, nigga. I choose to stand for shit. And to them candy companies, man, that's out here selling that shit to your kids, man. Or you fat motherfuckers out there eating that shit, binge eating that shit, watching Netflix. Leave that shit on the motherfucking shelf, man. Go eat a fruit. Go eat a motherfucking apple. Go eat a motherfucking goddamn. Get an apple, get some peanut butter, or you get you a motherfucking some pineapples. You chop up some kiwi. All the sugar you need is in there. Stop drinking milk because black people, we are not lactose tolerant. We produce sugar. When we become adults, we don't need that lactose. The European drink milk because they switch don't cut off with the lactose. They switch don't cut off. So they got to keep drinking it. Look it up. Black people don't need milk. We don't need no kind of dairy products. Stop eating ice cream. Oh, y'all wouldn't like hanging around me. Oh, I got some kale for lunch. I got some kale and a grapefruit. Ain't no fucking McDonald's. I seldom eat meat. I'm not a vegetarian, but I seldom eat this American processed meat. And I want to thank you for tuning in to Busy MC TV, where I bring you the hot interviews, display the hottest music, and give you news stories, commentary on the news stories that's rocking the world, man. Like I said, that's my time. That's me. I got something to do right now. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Peace. 27, my turn. Remember.